wedding, and then this storm is going on. In the middle of the storm. You're back.
Listen.
I think that's my cue to go inside now. What the heck is going on? I'm on camera, don't show them.
Here, watch.
His legs went out. Sparky, what are you doing? Sparky, what are you doing?
He's like, this is weird. I don't like that.
Hey guys, long time no see again. I am currently home. That's my day off, or sorry to say 2 days off. And yeah, I haven't been vlogging because I've been at work like almost every day. I know I'm part-time, but my coworker, my other Mac girl, she was actually on vacay for her birthday. So I picked up all her shifts, like all her hours. So I was basically doing full-time hours for a good solid 2 weeks, and well, more like 1.5 weeks. But I was so tired. I was just dying of, like, not used to it. I'm not used to being full-time like that, like being on the floor and standing for so long. It's been a minute since I did that. Let's just say that. Because if you guys forgot, my previous job before I moved out here in Vegas, I was a cannabis delivery girl. So I was in my car a lot and I was chilling, you know, vibing to my music, whatever, and I just get out the car once in a while to deliver. But here in Vegas, since I'm back at like retail world for the makeup industry, I'm like constantly on my feet and stalking and all that stuff and helping people, doing makeups again. I love the makeup part, which is why I'm back in it again, because I really missed it. I missed it throughout the whole like 3 years of me not doing it anymore. I just don't miss the retail side of things. What's funny is that as soon as my coworker came back, I was like, thank God. I was like, Lord, like, thank you, Jesus, that she's back. And I was just grateful to be back part-time, my hours. And reminds me as to why I did choose part-time. And that was also another reason why we moved out here to Vegas, so we can live comfortably, enjoy life, and not have to just work every single day of every single minute of every single second of our lives and not enjoy it, in other words, you know? Yeah, Juls is at work. Illy started school again. She's in class right now. I'm gonna pick her up later when she gets off. And update on that, she's definitely been growing up, and I've been really sad seeing it slowly. I try to put it aside and not show too much emotions to her, because I know she'll be like, Mom, you're embarrassing me, or Mom, don't be sad, and she'll feel bad. And it's just seeing it in front of you, like this little human is grown and growing as we speak, and it's just shocking to see. And I'm grateful that I've been vlogging since she was like 1, like she was a baby, so that I can look back to these moments. That's the reason why I vlog, and I'm sure that's most of the reason most families vlog is because of that, so you can see the kids and have literally an online journal of them. I'm about to start editing again. I know Jules been on top of it with vlogging. You guys been seeing him a lot more than seeing me, which is funny because usually it's me you see. It's definitely something new, huh, in Vegas. It's crazy that he's vlogging. And he's definitely learning the ropes of vlogging. I'm the editor, so usually everything you see edited, put together is me. He just don't feel comfortable doing that yet, but I'm hoping one day he will learn, because now his work requires him to do like social media. And if you guys wondering why he's not active on social media, it's because, not because he doesn't want to or he wants to be private, it's because he doesn't know how to. That's the honest truth. He doesn't know how to post a reel. He doesn't know how to do hashtags that well. He don't know what's relevant in the hashtag, and it's just so funny to see him learning these things. And he asks me questions like, how do you make a reel, or how did you do that? So I'm definitely teaching him that, so which is good. I'm just eating my brunch. I slept in today, which felt really good. I kept waking up in the middle of the night like multiple times, because for one, I didn't take any like sleeping pill or anything like that, because usually I need to, because I've been waking up middle of the night no matter what ever since 3 years ago, I want to say, or 2 years ago. Like during pandemic is when I started like keep waking up in the middle of the night. I'm like, is that cause of old age or what? Like, now I feel like my parents, like my mom, like can never sleep past 7 is her latest time in the morning. But I mean, I don't wake up at 7 that early, but now I cannot sleep past 9 a.m. or even 8:30 sometimes, even on my days off. And I hate myself for that because I'm like, dude, it's my day off. Why am I not sleeping in? If you guys didn't know, I love sleep. Like, I love sleep more than food. Like, I love to sleep just in general. I like to hibernate. I don't like to nap. I'm not a napper. I never was. Except for when I was pregnant. That's the only time I napped. However, now that I am getting older and Illy's getting older, I do notice that I am missing moments of her doing things with Juls or whatever. So I try not to sleep way too in, unless it's like a day like this where everyone's not home anyway, so I might as well just sleep in a little bit more since we're back to the school semester. And she started middle school. She's now in 6th grade. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't told you guys how I feel about that. It's definitely something I'm trying to grasp in my brain. Because I remember when I was 12, she's 11, but when I remember when I was 12, I felt like I was a grown woman. I knew what I was doing and all these things. And I remember middle school was definitely a tough, like, either you're in or you're not in. Like, all the kids are more starting to learn like cool and not cool, and not just free spirited. Now it's like, oh, she don't have the latest item or product, whatever is on the market is like the hype, then she's not cool. A square, whatever. I don't know what kids now say nowadays. Boomers, I guess they say, call us. But I'm like, I'm not even a boomer, but like apparently I act like a boomer. Even my sister called me a boomer. I'm like, what? Aren't you older than me? But I guess it's because I just have an old soul. I've always just had an old soul. I listen to old music. That's just what I like. That's how I wind down. That was just Jules texting. I was asking him like, what should we do for dinner? Because I'm like, I'm really out of ideas. I'm definitely gonna make soup because I've been yihey. Because, you know, we're out here in Vegas. There's not as many Asian food near our home. It's more closer to Chinatown and the Strip, and that's like at least 30 minutes or 27 minutes from here. So I don't want to like have to drive all over there just for Asian food. Unless we're already over there, then you know we'll get Asian food. But even Asian groceries is hard to get to unless I go over there. If you guys think about it, years are probably like 27 minutes. Even that's not bad at all. You used to sit in traffic for like hours just to get home. I'm like, oh my god, that's so true. It's been a whole year now since we living here, and it feels great still. It still feels surreal at times, and moments it comes to me like, oh my god, we're out here, we're really out here. And other moments I'm just like, I don't miss SF at all. I don't have an ounce of like sadness, nothing. The only thing I miss is my family, that's it. But I'm sure once my sister and them move out here, because they're gonna move out here eventually, hopefully by next year, 2023, I'm hoping, if not the latest 24, but I'm hoping 23 next year. Besides that, yeah, I don't miss anything about the city. You know, if you really think about it, if you want to break it down, like for everyone who is born and raised in the city, and when I say the city, I'm in San Francisco, if you guys didn't know, our parents were kind of like brainwashing us to think, don't leave the city. There's nothing good out there besides here. So we were taught that way for the longest time, or at least majority of my friends and their parents are like that, and my parents are like that. So I'm like, ugh. As we get older, we have our own minds. We always had our own minds, obviously, but as soon as you're 18, you're qualified as semi-adult, but you're not. You know, even 21, you're not really an adult. You're still young at mind. You don't know exactly what you want. You make mistakes. We still make mistakes even as we're like 33 now. But because we are having our own families or whatnot, or like getting married, whatever, like you start to think like, is this the right place for me? Is this the right place for my future? For my legacy of my kid or anything like that? Like, do I want them to be in this space when it's one, way too expensive, 2, what you're getting out of it isn't really worth it anymore, 3, you see a lot of people who are natives there are moving, who've been living there for 40 something years, 50 years with their San Francisco home, and you guys know San Francisco is way expensive for what it is now. It's just not even paying for quality of life anymore. We moved out here for quality of life. We moved out here for safety, for just a better setting for our family, comfort, number 1, affordability, just keeping it real that way. And it's not like we can never move back eventually. Who knows, maybe when me and Jules are like 70, we're like, oh, I want to move back to SF now, let's move back to SF. Who knows, maybe by then, hopefully it's better. Who knows? You just never know what the future holds, so don't just count all your marbles there because you're just comfortable, you know, like for convenience. I feel like it's always great to do what's best for your situation in life. Do what's best that you feel is best. Don't just do it because everyone else is doing it. Everyone else says, stay here in SF, why leave? There's nothing else out there. But it's like, if there's nothing else out there, then like, as in like, I'm just trying to example because I moved to Vegas. If there's nothing in Vegas, then why do people choose to come to Vegas for a vacay? To relieve themselves, to party out here, or whatever it is. Outside of the strip, there is life. There's more than just party and gamble and all those things. There's a lot more to that because everywhere has their ups and downs, and obviously same with Vegas. There's not going to be perfect, but it's definitely better. I give you that much. It is definitely better, and we are happy, and I am happy. I'm content. I cannot believe I have our own place. Like, this place is so big, it echoes. Do you hear that? Like, I'm still not used to how big this place is because I'm used to a little tiny house in SF on a hill or whatever. And it's just crazy to me because when you come out here, you tend to finally realize there's a lot more out there than we're being told or taught. You know, like everyone says SF is where it's at, but it's like maybe back in the 90s and 80s and 70s, but now it's the 2000s. 2020s, and it's not anymore, unfortunately. It's hard to say that because, you know, that's where our home is, and not forever be our home, but now we're making a new home. We're making a new place, new roots. Now, at least I'm grateful that Illy was born and raised also majority of her life in SF, so but now she can start something new out here as well, and she's making new friends. She already told me that she made 3 new friends at middle school, and I was like, wow, I'm really happy for you and proud actually, because I remember when we first moved here last year, she was having a hard time. She was very sad and missing her family and friends, like her cousins and her bestie at school, because we took her out in like between 4th and 5th grade, so she didn't get to finish off 5th grade in the city, but she managed to finish it out here. And at first she was really like sad, and it's hard to see her sad because I understand, because you know, as a kid all you know is social life, but she's slowly starting to really get used to the life out here. She's starting to get used to the area, the people, the different kind of people out here, because it's definitely not Californians. But we still can visit back to the city, you know. We're still gonna visit back maybe, like usually, probably most likely once a year for Chinese New Year for my parents' sake. And that's usually around February, March, depending what year. So it's not like we're not gonna go back. If your cousin move out here, will you still wanna move back to SF? And she's like, probably not. So I'm like, okay, so you basically wanna move back for your cousins. She's like, yeah, I just miss them that much. Cause you know, she's a single child, so I understand that's like her siblings in a way. It's basically her siblings. I get it. But once I told her like they're gonna move out here, and then now that it's been a whole year we moved out here already, I was like, are you excited that your cousin's probably most likely gonna be moving here next year, if like this time next year during summertime? She's like, oh what? I forgot they're moving out here already. Oh, already a year? I'm like, exactly, time flies. As soon as you blink of an eye, they're gonna be out here and you guys are gonna be at the pool together and walk to school together or whatever together. That's the life update. Honestly, that's how I'm feeling. If you guys are wondering where the hell I've been, that's where I've been. But I already decorated for Halloween, basically. Everything's out. I just didn't decorate outside of the house yet because, you know, I don't want to make the HOA mad if I put things out early before the time frame. Usually they say it's within 30 to 60 days before the holiday, and I'm just like, maybe I should put it out. But I don't want to get in trouble because I like to abide by the rules, so maybe I'll wait. Jules obviously is like, just do it. Who cares? And I'm like, I can't. I just rather not. I'd rather not. If I could prevent it, I'd rather not. Yeah, the puppers are sleeping, per usual. Here they are. I think they're just excited that I'm home, because usually they've been home all day by themselves in the crate for hours until one of us get home from work. But yeah, so I'm gonna edit this, or I'm gonna edit the other vlogs first, and then I'll hopefully get to this one. Probably not today, maybe sometime this week. All right. All right, on my way to go pick up Illy from the bus stop. So that was another update. Illy has been taking the school bus. We usually pick her up from the bus stop that's close to home, so we don't have to go all the way to her school, because her school is about like 17 minutes away from us, give or take. Usually around like even 20 minutes, because of traffic because everyone's getting their kids, so it tends to be kind of trafficy. So we just decided to have her take the bus so she can get used to it. She's old enough now so she can take the school bus. School bus is about like less than 5 minutes away from us. It's at another elementary school near us, so it's more convenient that way. We just pick her up from the bus stop because hella kids take the bus anyway, school bus that is, and the school bus is free. So I was like, why not take advantage of that? And it gives her kind of like a, how would I explain it, like a sense of street smart, common sense build, social skills build, I guess, as well. Just because, so that way she meets other people on the bus, get to know them that are around the neighborhood, so she won't feel very like excluded, you know, secluded if anything, because she is a single child in our family. That way she make friends as well, because obviously these kids live around us too. That's why they're at the bus stop. So it'd be more of like neighborly vibes, you want to say, so she can get to know everyone. She said she already kind of made a friend on the bus, so that's good. So she got to know somebody, so she can always count on them for any type of situation, like the bus run late or whatever, bus break down, who knows what. She'll have a companion. But yeah, so I'm on the way there now. It's not that far. I always have Illy text me when she's like on the bus getting close to home, so that I can head out the house and get her, or Juls head out the house to get her. Since she has swimming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we usually pick her up from school because her swimming class is actually close by her school. That way we just pick her up from school, take her straight to swimming instead of come all the way back home from the school bus.
Guys, so Ellie just came back, or we just came back from the dentist, and she had 2 cavities onto her back molar teeth, and they're both the same, the last of her baby teeth that are supposed to come out. One of the sides, the cavity wasn't so bad, but the other one, I guess, got even worse than the last time we went. So the doctor told us that it has a higher probability of getting infected if she doesn't start wiggling it more and more. So the last thing I want is for her to get an infection. So I told the doc, can we just extract a tooth? And she said, yeah. So I was like, okay, let's do it. And I was like, do you have time today? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, let's go ahead and do that. So Illy was in shock that they had to take it out. And of course, she cried a little, but they gave her the laughing gas and numbed her, and they pulled it out. And since she was under, I asked the doc, I was like, hey, she's already lying there, can we just pull the other one out? And she was like, oh, yeah, I think that should be fine. So they numbed the other side and they ripped the other tooth out. So now she got her last 2 baby teeth taken out. This is a lesson for her to really floss and brush well, because I told her she has no more practice teeth. These are all back to being real teeth, and if she gets another bad cavity, they're gonna have to give her a root canal and basically drill a hole in her tooth and cap it. So she's upstairs kind of relaxing. She's all, not woozy, so what I'm looking for, loopy. She's very loopy from the laughing gas, so it was kind of funny. But yeah, just thought I'd give you guys an update that Ellie had to get her teeth taken out and had laughing gas for the first time. She was like, I feel funny, I feel weird. It's freaking hilarious. Gloomy today. It's supposed to rain, kind of storm. I don't know why you guys get all crazy when I start filming. Psycho dogs.